All right, this is the first of several videos that I'm going to do to help you get comfortable using the TI-80 series calculators. The one I have on the screen right now is a TI-84 Silver Plus Silver Edition. Sometimes in class I use other versions. Some of you might even have a TI-83. I hope that many of the characteristics will be similar. This particular video is going to be about the home screen. The home screen is what I call the screen that you have when you're going to do traditional calculations, add, subtract, multiply, divide, square, square root, and so on. So we will not use any of these keys up here. This is when we're putting it in graphing mode, but we will be using these down here. So if I had the problem, say, 7 plus 3, oops, then on the calculator I would simply push 7 plus sign 3. To ask the calculator to digest what you've given it, it's sort of like the old equal sign. You're just going to press enter and the answer will come one line down and on the right. So that's nothing new. You can add, subtract, multiply, or divide. When you use divide, it will look like a fraction line. So if you have 10 divided by 2, it looks like the fraction line, which of course is division, and hit enter, and there is 5. Anytime you have typed some things and I just typed some stuff, you want to clear that line. As long as your cursor's blinking on that line, you press clear. If you want to clear the entire screen, the cursor has to be in a blank location and you push clear again. So if I have stuff and I want to clear the whole screen, I just push clear, clear. All right. The major difference between this and this is a very, very positive difference is this little sign down here, the bottom right sign. This is the negative sign. It is used to indicate that whatever comes after it is an opposite quantity. So if I want to type in the number -3, I do little negative sign 3. And then if I want to subtract something from it, now that's an operational sign, then I could put that minus sign 7. So that is -3 minus 7. And that's going to give me -10. And sure enough, push enter, and there is our -10. So anytime I talk about this key down here, I'm going to call it negative. Sometimes I will say opposite of, but the bigger one over here is subtraction. If you try to use this one as the negative key, you might get a syntax error, or it might just do something different than you expected. So if I'm going to say -5 and I put this key, you notice that it said answer minus. The calculator thinks that this is an operation key, and therefore it wants something in front and something behind the operation of subtraction. All right, let's see. If I wanted to turn the calculator off, you notice that off is down here. It is a second function. This upper left-hand corner key that says second activates on this screen all blue functions. Some calculators have a different color combination. So to turn it off, I do second, and it puts an up arrow which says, oh, you want to use one of these. And I want the second of the on key, which is off. And lost that. Second, off. And I guess that does not work on this particular emulator. So I am sorry I took the time to show that, but to turn it off, it's second of the on key, second off. If you accidentally get into a different screen and you go, oh my goodness, I want out of there, you do second and you want quit. Second of the mode key is second quit. Delete. If you push delete and there's nothing there, it will certainly not do anything. You can use your directional arrow keys, kind of the cursor movement keys, and whatever you're sitting on, you can press delete and it will delete it. It does not back up to delete, it does not delete in front, it deletes what it's blinking on. So if I put some other characters on here and I scroll back and I wanted to have a 7 between the 5 and the 2, then I can do second insert. Doesn't look like anything's happened, but then when I type a 7, it pushed it over. So if you want to insert something, you have to sit on the character that you want moved over and then do second insert. You will just have to play with that to get used to it. You have parentheses. So if you had 55, parentheses, 9 minus 6, close parentheses, it will do the order of operations, and you will get the equivalent of 55 times 3. Let's see. The math key we will use a good bit. The math key will change a decimal to a fraction to a decimal. It will cube things, it will take cube roots, it will take other roots, and we will talk about those as we need them. This second menu, it will take the absolute value, it will round. Once again, we will talk about these as we need them. Complex numbers, later in college algebra, we might need this. Probability, it will randomly generate, it will do permutations, combinations, but we will not need those at all in this course, I don't believe. So I want to get out of a menu. How do I do it? Second quit. All right, so I'm back to the home screen. Second quit always takes you back to a home screen. If you want to take 8 and square it, here is your x squared key. So there's 8 squared, push enter, and you get 64. If you want to take 8 and raise it to the 5th power, this is your power key. Hit enter and you get a really, really large number. This is your variable key, which we don't need now. We'll need it later. This is an inverse key. If you had 2 and you raised it to the -1 power, if you remember this from exponents, that means 2 to the -1 means 1 over 2 to the +1, which is 1/2, and the calculator will write it in decimal form, and we will get 0.5, and we did. So that is to the -1 power, which means reciprocal. Did x squared, we will need logarithms later, but not now. All right, I think that's it, and I want you to feel comfortable, and I want you to use this calculator. It's an excellent home screen calculator.